All right, for more on the surprise raid, former Pentagon official Mike Maloof is joining us. So, Mike, it was years of intel collection that culminated, they say, in this 48-hour kind of mad scramble, this dash to get U.S. special operators to al-Baghdadi's location in northern Syria. They say he's dead now, but as you just heard there, you know, he's supposedly been killed like 4 or 5 times before in the past. How do we know this time is legit?
Well, I think the fact that Trump was so public about it, he claims it was confirmed. They had DNA testing on the ground at the time. And the fact now that he's thinking of releasing the actual video, I think it leads to the conclusion that he's probably dead.
Okay.
And he may still be dead.
For sure.
For sure, as of this hour.
So President Trump, though, was getting a lot of flack from the Gang of Eight on Capitol Hill, alleging that Trump had briefed Vladimir Putin, but not them. Is that a fair way to frame it? Because isn't it necessary to inform like Russia and Syria and the other operators in the region so there aren't accidents?
He didn't brief Putin. It was sent through the command centers of Pentagon to the MOD in Russia, and it was appropriate to notify them so they didn't shoot our own aircraft. Right. And they came in from Iraq. So I think that once again these people are looking for any little thing to pick Trump apart. Even though, if you recall, after the announcement of Bin Laden was dead, people were gathering outside the White House cheering and praising Obama.
I do remember that.
You don't see that here.
That is true. So they're politicizing.
Oh yeah,
this.
It's all politicizing it, and all in keeping with their impeachment approach, which is probably going to go on forward. And even though some folks would suggest, well, this was just a deflection from that, but I doubt it. So
now the U.S. troops who have moved into Syria, you know, to finish the job, as President Trump has said, on ISIS. What's next for them? I mean, the most wanted man is now dead. But ISIS isn't one man; it's an ideology.
No, in fact, ISIS has metastasized in 30-some odd countries, and it's actually strengthened in Asia, East Asia, South Asia, Afghanistan. The question is, why was Baghdadi in Idlib, which is an area that, frankly, Syrian and Russian troops were hovering? Where was their intelligence on this? Now, why didn't they pick up on that? Now, and the reason why he was in Idlib, which is a al-Qaeda stronghold, in my view, is he was in to try and maybe look at remerging the two.
Right, because this was kind of an offshoot,
yes.
And then...
Yeah, and in fact, he had chosen a successor a few months earlier, who is more inclined to go for reuniting. And I might, and that successor's name, by the way, is Abu Kadashi. Okay. But they're not united. You got ISIS here, there, and everywhere. Yeah. Now, will they all coalesce around this individual? And that is the question. Yet they still exist in these pockets around the world, and there's going to be. It's a question of reuniting. And as we're already seeing this in Afghanistan, where Al-Qaeda and Taliban and ISIS are coming together again.
Well, you don't suspect that they would try to go for another caliphate, or do you think they're going to merge with Al-Qaeda,
not immediately.
AQI, or? Not
immediately. And I would add that the issue between ISIS and Al-Qaeda was more personal between al-Baghdadi and Zawahiri, the leader of Al-Qaeda today. So with him out of the picture now, I think this could bring on a reemergence. It could bring on a greater reunification of the two. And you got to keep in mind, ISIS, before it became ISIS, was Al-Qaeda in Iraq. So,
so where are they going to gather if they?
They may not. And why? They may not. They can show their spread. They don't, because being a caliphate makes them an easier target. Yeah. So spread out, and you work through. It makes them more dangerous, frankly, because you don't know where they're going to spring up or how they're going to spring up. And they've got this incredible communications capability throughout the world. They're very technically inclined. Yeah. So I think that if there's an effort to reemerge, I think we got a problem. a serious problem.
Yeah,
and that's all the more reason why the U.S. needs to be working with the Russians on counterterrorism. It's not happening. We should be working with the Iranians on counterterrorism because of the spread. You got ISIS banging up right up against and al-Qaeda right up against Afghanistan. I mean, they're spreading. The caliphate physical caliphate may be dead, but ISIS is not, and it's actually spreading, metastasizing, and they're merging with other units, with other militants in various countries.
So it might be dangerous rhetoric
Much
that the
more
president
dangerous.
is saying they're gone.
The caliphate is gone. He needs to understand
ISIS
that.
is not gone.
ISIS is not. In fact, it's enlarging.
Wow. All right, we will watch to see how this transpires. Mike Maloof, as always, appreciate your expertise.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.